a certain street and the dog was triggered by the smell of marijuana or anything like that, are we legally would be allowed to then do something about it? I just want
to research it, but
okay.
my initial impression is yes. No.
It's not yes.
Okay.
Because of the constitutional search and seizure protections that people have in place, that wouldn't constitute a level.
I figured I'd ask that so it'd be publicly discussed.
We have to have a reason to.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's called probable cause, and we have to build that. If we have that, I mean, even on a vehicle stop, we have to have a reason to walk that dog around that car. We have to have suspicion. We have to have a reason.
Well, I see that Tyler is doing a good job already. I mean,
it's awesome.
It's just another tool that we have now that it's going to be so impactful. I love it. I really can't wait for us to, when school starts and we're able to do some random drop-bys there and really shake the school district up pretty good. I'm looking forward to that. I think that's going to be so wonderful. And a lot of parents are going to be very happy when that happens because we're going to really battle that. We're going to get drugs as much as we can out of our schools. Not saying they're there, but I'm saying is that will be one tool that they're going to be able to, we're going to have at our disposal to knock some people back.
Bruce, our K9, he's just done with his drug training, and he just hit the streets on that part of it. And being that he's new, he's doing exceptionally well right from the start. And he's only going to get better as time goes on, as he matures. September, he is due for his patrol training. That's his tracking and his, say, taking down of his bite work, like taking down an individual fleeing or running from the police. So that's his next training. And as he matures, like I said, he'll get better and better as time goes on. But in his early stages, he's above average, so
awesome.
We picked a good dog.
Well, I know that we're working on picking a date to actually have an official swearing-in ceremony for
we didn't pick the date yet.
No, we did not.
We need to do that.
Yes, because we want to make sure we do it on a time and day that we can invite definitely want to invite the community down. Also, all the individuals and businesses and anybody that donated to the K9 unit, we want to make sure that they're all invited and can be present. And just, because it's because of them that we're able to have this dog. So
there were so many businesses that were generous and gave us funds for that animal. We're going to have to find a place that's big enough to accommodate all these people. I'm thinking the park.
I'm hoping we do it outside somewhere. We'll hopefully pick a date and it's going to be nice weather. Maybe we'll look, But the most recent donation you received for the K9 was from the Greater Chamber of Commerce, from the money they raised from Saverly Avenue, and it was for how much? $2,000. So thank you to the Chamber. It was a fun night. We did get to go, and so we appreciate them using some of their funds to help with our K9 unit. But I do look forward to doing that. It's going to be a fun day to
be nice
to do that. I do think we'll have a nice turnout for that too.
The dog maybe can do a little demonstration for everybody.
That'd be great too. Yeah. And did I forget anything?
Probably, but
Okay. Thank you, Chief, so much. Appreciate it. Okay, we're going to move right into. Let me crunch my mint so I don't choke on it trying to read. Very excited to do this proclamation. Is there not a thing? I thought we were dedicating the day. No?
We're not doing it that day out there.
I thought we were going to make that August 29th our cafe day in the city. Does that cover this by reading this proclamation? That would be okay? That'll be officially make it? Okay. So, on August 29th, wow, It was actually on August 29th.
Yeah.
So I'm going to read a proclamation. It's for the Arch Cafe Day here in the city. Arch Cafe is celebrating 80 years in business in the city, which is an amazing accomplishment. We have a lot of businesses that have been in business this long, so this is going to be a normal thing for us. Next year, Fox's Glass is going to be 100 years old. Amazing to be in business that long. So we're really excited to name August 29th, 2019 as Arch Cafe Day in the city, and they're actually having a celebration that evening at their restaurant on North Pittsburgh Street in the parking lot. Scott Lacey's going to be the entertainment. They're going to have games. It's just going to be a lot of fun. So the city's going to play a little small part, and we're going to do our proclamation and look forward to that evening. So I hope the community comes out and helps celebrate this amazing feat. So whereas on August 29th, 1939, the Arch Cafe was established in the city of Connellsville, and whereas the Arch Cafe has remained at the same location, 615 North Pittsburgh Street, for 80 years. And whereas the Arch Cafe has remained family-owned and family-operated, and whereas the Arch Cafe has been serving the citizens of the city of Connellsville and surrounding areas Italian and American cuisine for 80 years. Now, I, Greg Lincoln, Mayor of the City of Connellsville, hereby proclaim August 29th, 2019 as Arch Cafe Day in the City of Connellsville and urge all citizens to join in this celebration. So just first, congratulations to the Arch Cafe, and thank you for being a business here in the city and supporting the city too. So this will be a fun night on the 29th. Okay, so on to the next one. Is that this one? Seriously, I might have to borrow some of these cheaters. Oh, jeez. Okay. This is a really great thing that we're going to be, after we pass this, we're going to be able to, every single ordinance that's ever been passed in the city of Connellsville is going to be on a link in our city website, connellsville.us. So anybody has any questions about anything, any rules, anything, you can go on there and search it, read it yourself, print it out. So I'm excited for this. Tim has worked very hard on this, and so I'm glad we're finally getting this done. Be resolved by the City Council of the City of Connellsville to introduce Bill number 2 of 2019, an ordinance of the City of Connellsville, City Council of the City of Connellsville, Fayette County, Pennsylvania, to approve, adopt, and enact an ordinance codification for the City of Connellsville, Fayette County, Pennsylvania, to adopt ordinance provisions relating to the traffic and motor vehicles and amending penalty and other ordinance provisions, provide for the repeal of the certain legislation not included therein, and to save from the repeal certain other legislation not included therein. With such codification, to have the following table of contents: Chapter 1, Administration and Government; Chapter 2, Animal; Chapter 3, Bicycles; Chapter 4, Buildings; Chapter 5, Code Enforcement; Chapter 6, Conduct; Chapter 7, Fire Prevention and Fire Protection; Chapter 8, Floodplains; Chapter 9, Grading and Excavating; Chapter 10, Health and Safety; Chapter 11, Housing; Chapter 12, Libraries; Chapter 13, Licenses, Permits, and General Business Regulations; Chapter 14 is Mobile Homes and Mobile Home Parks; Chapter 15 is Motor Vehicles and Traffic; Chapter 16 is Parks and Recreation; Chapter 17, Planned Residential Development; Chapter 18, Sewers and Sewage Disposal; Chapter 19, Signs and Billboards; Chapter 20, Solid Waste; Chapter 20, Stormwater Management; Chapter 22, Streets and Sidewalks; Chapter 23, Subdivision and Land Development; Chapter 24 is Taxation; Special Chapter 25, Trees; Chapter 26, Water; Chapter 27, Zoning Appendices. And I so move. Is there a second?
Second.
Yes, like I said, we will definitely announce once everything goes live on our city website to let all the residents know that they can go and look at everything we have on the books and know what we have, our laws that are here in the city. So, City Clerk, take the roll.
Councilwoman Tizan.
Yes.
Councilman Topper.
Yes.
Councilman Keady.
Yes.
Councilman Carpio.
Yes.
Mayor Lambert.
Yes. Excuse me. Okay, now we're going to approve the new policies and procedures for the Connellsville Police Department. Be resolved by the City Council of the City of Connellsville to approve, adopt, and accept the police policy and procedure manual as prepared and presented by the City Chief of Police, effective immediately to amend the city's current police policy and procedure manual, and to govern the operations of the City Police Department, as an exercise of the city's managerial rights, prerogatives, and powers to order and direct all police officials and employees to follow and adhere to the standards and requirements of such police policy and procedure manual, and to authorize and direct the Chief of Police and all other city officials and employees to take such acts as necessary to implement such police policy, and procedure manual, provided, however, that any term, condition, or provision of such police policy and procedure manual that conflicts with any term, condition, or provision of any applicable collective bargaining agreement or law, or that constitutes an unfair labor practice shall be void. I so move. Is there a second?
Second.
Like I said, I just want to thank Tim for putting this together, and our chief and our captain, and I look forward to this. It's going to be nice. I know the chief's very excited to get this done and getting new. So now what will happen is he'll print this new policy out, and each officer will get a copy of this policy to keep with their manual, so they can review it and know what's going on and what they are supposed to do and not do. And so this is good. So, City Clerk, take the vote.
Councilman Carpenter.
Yes.
Councilman Topper.
Yes.
Councilman Keady.
Yes.
Councilwoman Suzanne.
Yes.
Mayor Lincoln.
Yes. All right. The next one is gonna deal with the hotel, and I'll read it, and then maybe Tim can maybe. Are you allowed to explain that to us?
Actually, I'll explain that beforehand, because there's an option the council will have to either approve or disapprove of the ballot. So there will be a selection that the council will have to make as part of that motion.
Which one is? Because there's two here.
The one in your right. Yeah.
Okay, so let me read this one first.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the first one. So once again, that's in connection with the Trailside Lodging. This is the hotel project here in town. The bankruptcy, their Chapter 11 plan. The city is a named party as a creditor as part of that plan, and therefore would have a right to cast a ballot with respect to whether or not they approve or disapprove of that plan as provided for in the bankruptcy, as part of the bankruptcy proceedings. So that would be a motion either to approve or disapprove of that bankruptcy plan as it was presented, in order to address all of the outstanding obligations of the hotel for submission to the court. The only instance where the city is a creditor would be the instance with respect to the parking lot. And there's another motion later on that will address that in particular. All of the other items that the city would be owed, permitting fees, taxes, things like that, are priority claims that are addressed as part of that bankruptcy plan. So the city is protected with respect to those items. Once again, this would just be to approve or disapprove of the bankruptcy plan, and then therefore to cast the city's ballot in conformity with that.
I'm going to read it. Be resolved by the City Council, City of Collinsville, to approve, disapprove the ballot in favor of the Trailside Lodging LP Chapter 11 bankruptcy plan, and to authorize the mayor, city clerk, and other city officials to execute and cast such ballot on behalf of the city. I so move. Is there a second?
And just for clarification, is that a motion to approve the? Because there's a choice
Oh,
there.
Choice.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Sorry, Tim, I apologize.
You're fine.
Be it resolved by the City Council, City of Collinsville, to approve the ballot in favor of the Trailside Lodging LP Chapter 11 bankruptcy plan, and to authorize the mayor, city clerk, and other city officials to execute and cast such ballot on behalf of the city. I so move. Is there a second?
So what is the plan, though?
Basically, as far as they have numerous plans with the new group, correct? And part of the plan is to open up the lease for the parking lot agreement with the city end of the spectrum. And basically, we would get back our said spaces that we've been trying for all this time.
Yeah, there was one part, I think it was in the last part of that, I think, line 8, or item 8 on that, where it was it's talking about future participants in that hotel, and basically we giving up the right to them to, they could continue going forward basically on our behalf, is what I kind of got out of it.
Well,
I wanted a little bit of clarification on
yeah, that would only be with respect to the actual trailside entity itself. So under the bankruptcy plan, it's proposed that somebody would be acquiring the hotel entity at that point, and then that they would be assuming that entity and all the assets and operate the hotel going forward on behalf then therefore of the the hotel entity, where at that point none of the other people that were involved previously would then continue to be involved with the project, because they would effectively have bought out the hotel entity. So with respect to the city, that wouldn't affect the city's rights or obligations to connect with.
Okay, because the city was mentioned in that.
We were listed as a creditor specifically because of the taxes and then because of the parking lot agreement.
Okay.
So they've got to re-enter into the parking lot agreement with us, which is also a stipulation in the bankruptcy. And then with respect to the taxes, that's a priority claim that will have to be addressed fairly early on as part of the bankruptcy distribution of the funds that go in to buy the hotel.
Okay, that was my question. So, do you see any of those taxes being paid?
Well, they're hoping to get LRTA.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the
Yeah.
thing, and that's one of the things we're going to be talking about is they want us to be on board with it, and I'm trying to say that we already voted and supported our application of LRTA, sent it to the county, and we sent a support letter saying we want to ask the county to please support their LRTA application. And I know when they do the reorganization that they're going to be paying off all their taxes. They're going to pay those taxes off the countywide, so the county should have no reason of not going retroactively back and approving that. That's why I believe.
The other taxes that would be owed to the city are a priority claim. So I think there are some business privilege licenses, business privilege taxes, things like that, that may also then get paid to the city as part of that bankruptcy process. But any taxes that are owed to the city, with the exception of LRTA taxes, because that's something that the city had already approved in the past, would be paid to the city as part of the bankruptcy process.
Okay. To make this thing very, very clear for me, the renegotiation of the parking lot that is going to happen, that means that as of such and such a date, that is deemed null and void?
You mean the parking lot agreement?
Yeah.
So the prior parking lot agreement will be replaced by the new parking lot agreement that, returns
But if
a
they
big
drag it
portion of
out,
that.
then it wouldn't be replaced. Is there a cutoff time on that?
Yeah, I mean, their entire bankruptcy plan has to go before the bankruptcy court in September, and they have to present that as part of the bankruptcy plan, because they've got to be able to show to the bankruptcy court that they're tying up the loose ends for all of their contracts. So currently, the city is an executory contract listed in their bankruptcy that they want to continue to assume that contract. In order to assume that contract, they have to be able to show to the court satisfaction that they're going to make good on that contract, and part of that is what the city would be approving. There's another motion to actually approve the stipulation and order that then revises that contract as the city was requesting.
Which is that
Here
they
before.
had asked that we do the winter maintenance, which I know it was discussed that they would be a part of our, not the emergency route plan first. It'd be like how we do the parking lots. There'll be the secondary thing that was one. They asked for to build a storage building on for bikes on their parking lot.
Yeah, on the parking lot.
On their 54,
Yes, on that lot. Yes,
Yeah,
on that.
yeah.
Yes. Because the
And-
other half that we would now take that back, other half would be taken back. Which I also said that they don't have, the parking lot that they would lease basically, but it could be an open parking lot. They're not going to.
If we're-
If people are parking in it when
Yeah.
they're floating the river or there's events or we have things that they're not looking to. They want to be part of the neighborhood, not causing any problems.
if we're plowing it or helping them plow it as part of the normal routine schedule, that's got to be then semi-available to the public. Also approval for putting some fencing up around a retaining pond, to put some screening up around a dumpster. Once again, they've got to go through and get all their permits
Yes.
just through the normal,
And a deck, I'm
course
going
of
to
things
a nice
with the
deck
city.
off the back, which would be a nice addition to the back of that hotel. I don't know. I think this is very positive, and I think that things are going to be, once this happens, things are going to move pretty quickly, and the hotel is going to have some stability and moving forward, which is what we need.
okay, so we're looking for a second for approval.
We have a second.
Yeah, Melissa,
Okay.
she seconded, so all we have to do is vote on it.
Okay.
Are we all good? Everybody? City Clerk, take a vote.
Councilman Carpenter?
Yes.
Councilman Keady?
Yes.
Councilwoman Tizan?
Yes.
Councilman Topper?
Yes.
Mayor Lincoln?
Yes. Thank you, Tim, for the explanation. And we're going to go right to the next one. Be resolved by the City Council of the City of Collinsville to approve the proposed stipulation and order of Trailside Lodging LP, including the modification of the parking lot lease, and to authorize the mayor and city clerk to execute such stipulation and order documents, and to take such actions to effectuate and implement such stipulation and order. Sorry. And I so move. Is there a second?
Second.
And to clarify, this is the one that specifically deals with the city's parking lot lease, and this is the one that makes those changes to that lease, so we're getting the portion of it that we would like back, and then, confirming that they're gonna take steps to get their permits for all these other things that they wanna do, or in some cases have already done, and make sure that they're compliant with it then.
We good? City clerk, take a vote.
Councilman Keady?
Yes.
Councilwoman Tizan?
Yes.
Councilman Topper?
Yes.
Councilman Carpenter?
Yes.
Mayor Lincoln?
Yes. Thank you, Tim. Last friendly for me is going to be Sharon Rendon is asking to be appointed to the Collinsville Municipal Authority. I just want to thank Sharon for helping fill a vacant position because they're definitely an active board. Be resolved by the City Council of the City of Collinsville to appoint Sharon Rendine to fill the vacant position on the Collinsville Municipal Authority, term to expire the first Monday in January 2023. So move. Is there a second?
Second.
City clerk, take a vote.
Councilman Topper?
Yes.
Councilwoman Tizan?
Yes.
Councilman Carpenter?
Yes.
Councilman Keady?
Yes.
Mayor